Okay folks, this is just a fragment. Let's see how we can do with this piece, make it look really nice. This will be an interesting one. Okay, let's see what we have here. Here, it's actually, yeah, 90 kilometres an hour. It's off a P-plate. Found this, I don't know if it's at an intersection or at a crossing or somewhere nearby. It's just got the number 90 kilometres an hour for a learner driver. Not a learner, P-plater. I haven't had my licence yet. I was unable to get my licence, and I still can't because I have in addition to having difficulties learning the rules of the road, I've got a problem with my eyes. I can't use my eyes together. I have what's known as an alternating squint, which means I can't describe it, folks, but if you go to an optometrist, ask them what it means. But I can only look through one eye at a time, and I can't use my eyes together. And that can be dangerous on the road, so I wouldn't pass the test. And that's come up looking quite nice, actually, a treat. But yeah, I can't drive, in other words, so forget about me getting a license. Fuck it, I just can't. I know what that is. I've got something on the glass there that whatever. But yeah, I just can't drive. I wouldn't pass the test, or the eye test. Sometimes I wish I could drive because I don't enjoy riding on buses. They're quite dirty and filthy, and you can't carry your winter woolies and just stick them in the car, because in the car you just chuck them in and that's it. You can just take an extra wardrobe if it gets too hot or too cold. I like if it's like 6 degrees in the morning and it goes to 20 degrees in the afternoon. That's a real inconvenience for someone who doesn't drive. Fortunately, it's not that bad here on the North Shore, but still it's quite nasty, and I forgot to make a smaller enlargement. Made it too big, folks. Yeah, but I didn't know I had an alternating squint back in 1990, should I say. I basically went for the knowledge test, and I failed it abysmally. I don't know if I failed it abysmally, but I failed it, and I never got my licence. And I haven't been bothered since then to go back and sit for it. And now I know what's wrong with my eyes. I can't do the test anyway. I can't get my licence. So I'm not rich either. I'm a low life, and I haven't and I wouldn't want to park my car where I'm living, because there's some people get a bit funny about where they park. Like some people think they own a certain area of the car park area and it's their fucking place for their car, and I don't want to challenge that. So there's a lot of reasons. I'm not rich, I can't afford a car, I can't afford to buy one, I can't afford to maintain it. I do wonder if maybe I should make that a bit smaller. Yeah, oh, we've got to make it a bit longer again. Stretch it on the horizontal. Yeah, I was trying to, before I knew I had disabilities that were affecting my ability to work, I wanted to be a photocopier technician, and I wanted to drive a car and service equipment in the field, and that was my dream job, folks, back then. Of course, now I don't have that dream anymore. I do dream of one day redesigning the photocopier if they could have technology and medicine that can help fix the brain damage that I had at birth, so I'm able to learn things and design things. I want to redesign the photocopier, and I can't do that unless I have the technology and the medicine to fix the damage done to my brain. And that's technology. I don't know how well that's coming along. I know there was a thing that Elon Musk was promoting. It was called Neuralink, and that was like some kind of brain-machine interface kind of thing. And yeah, he was really excited about it. He did experiments on pigs and shit, and poor pigs. But basically, yeah, it was really interesting to see that, and how that could potentially help others, help people. But he seems to be more focused on SpaceX now. He's got a lot of he's got his influence everywhere. He doesn't just make one, he's not a one-trick pony, that's for sure. He's definitely not a one-trick pony. But one day I'd like to redesign the photocopier and make it into something really usable. And one of the things I want to do is basically use artificial intelligence in the software to make apps available to download and put on your photocopier. You can choose the features you want and not have to pay for features you don't want. The only thing on the machine that will probably come factory standard will be the basic large enlargements and reductions that are commonly utilised. But it's not going to cost too much. It's just going to come as a factory standard. But all the rest of the features that are not necessarily wanted by everyone, they should be downloadable, and they should be able to be just installed like your phone, somewhat like a mobile phone kind of thing. And the hardware itself, the photocopier, it should last 60 years, not 5 years. The companies of today are concentrating on upgrading the hardware, but they don't upgrade the software. They're not innovating. They're very stagnant. And the photocopier industry really, really, really needs a change, needs a shake-up. And that's what I dream of doing one day, is shaking up the industry and making it something better. And to clean up the e-waste dumps of the world, so the manufacture of the hardware will be made mostly out of recycled materials, And of course we'll have renewable energy as much as we can, powering the facility. So, you know, it's basically, it's got to be really sustainable. But the industry's got to change. It's got to change for the better. And that's the change I'm hoping to be one day. And that I'll go from wanting to be a lowly little technician to being a CEO and a mover and a shaker to help make the world a better place as well, to make the world cleaner and greener and happier for as close to everyone as possible. I endeavour to make the world a happier place for everyone instead of just the rich and the successful who don't need help, who don't need it, who can look after themselves. Let's see how we go with this. Anyway, that's come up looking quite interesting. I think we can now call this demo quits.